Live. This is CBS 47 Action News Jax at noon. Local coverage you can count on.
Right now, fans and downtown businesses are hoping for some satisfaction come Saturday night. How the River City is preparing for the legendary Rolling Stones 2 days before they even arrive. But first, an update on efforts to save a pod of beach whales found between Jekyll and St. Simon Island. Well, today, Sky Action News Jax flew over that area to give you a view like only we can. This is where 2 of those whales were beached and died. I'm Dawn Lopez.
And I'm Phil Amato. Action News Jax Ryan Nelson is live on St. Simon's Island right now. And Ryan, you heard that a 3rd whale has been picked up now.
And Phil, my photographer, and I arrived in the last 10 minutes here on the beach at St. Simon's Island near Beachview Drive. We came to this part of the beach because the Department of Natural Resources told me a third whale had died and was near this part of the beach. Now, when we got here and I was speaking to some beachgoers, as you can see, there are dozens of folks out here today. They told me that that 3rd whale was actually located further down on the beach here and had already been picked up. So I'll be reaching out to the Department of Natural Resources to confirm that information as true. Now, the department did tell me that the dead pilot whales will be taken to a wildlife management area for animal autopsies, and their investigators hope to learn the health of the animals and the cause of death. Now, Action News Jax showed you this incredible video on Tuesday of beachgoers splashing water on the pilot whales and trying to push them out into the water. We're told dozens were found close to shore here, and about 6 of them were stuck and could not move. Now, I'm told there are very social animals, and investigators told me earlier this morning anywhere between 20 to 30 pilot whales could still be in the water in the St. Simons Channel, but in the last 20 minutes I learned they've moved farther away. Now, this afternoon I'll be speaking to a state marine biologist to learn more about why these whales rushed towards the shore. We'll be bringing you that information and more tonight at 5 o'clock on CBS 47. Reporting on St. Simon's Island, Ryan Nelson, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
We are giving you a look at downtown Jacksonville TIAA Bank Field, and that's where in just days now the Rolling Stones will hit the stage. That's Friday night. Businesses are preparing for the Rolling Stones, and fans, the Icons, will be putting on a live show on Friday.
That's right. We're both going, of course. Action News Jax Alicia Tarancon is live outside TIAA Bank Field. And Alicia, the concert could bring in more people and money than when Leonard Skinner performed.
Yes, I just spoke with Visit Jacksonville, and they told us that when Leonard Skinner came last year, there was about 50,000 people that came over here to downtown Jacksonville, and they believe that more people will be here for the Stones on Friday. Now, I want you to take a look at this. We were driving around the stadium and we saw a bunch of these banners that are out here. You know, they're all excited. Everyone's getting ready for the Stones concert. Visit Jacksonville says having the Stones return to the city for the first time after 30 years is a big deal. Jacksonville beat out other cities for a chance to be one of 13 to host the Rolling Stones. The organization tells us that this sort of event helps put Jacksonville on the map for so many future events. Katie Matura with Visit Jacksonville tells us the last time Jacksonville had a giant stadium event last year for Leonard Skinner, thousands of people flooded downtown.
You know, an event weekend is a great time to have people in town stay for some extra nights. Over 50,000 people visited for Leonard Skinner's day at the stadium, and so we're really excited to see hopefully something very comparable to that this year.
And Visit Jacksonville tells us they should be able to tell us how much money the Rolling Stones concert generated a week after the event. And coming up at 5, you're going to hear from one local business on what they're doing for the Stones concert. I'm reporting live in downtown, Alicia Tarancon, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
Developing right now, firefighters are trying to figure out what caused a fire at a paper plant in Palatka. Sky Action News Jax flew over the Georgia Pacific Corporation on County Road 216. Firefighters say no one was hurt.
New this noon, Florida students could receive more education and mental and emotional health help as well. The state's Board of Education approved the 5-hour teaching for 6th through 12th grade students today. Duval County Public School Superintendent Dr. Diana Green says that she likes the idea, but says there is still much work that needs to be done with this new rule.
Our students are crying out for help, and we're recognizing that they're asking for help.
Dr. Diana Green says that more than 7,000 students received referrals for mental health services just last year.
Right now, police are working to identify human remains that were found in a wooded area near FSCJ South's campus on Tuesday. The people who found them say they were just looking for their dog. Jacksonville police are investigating now. They didn't say if foul play is suspected or how long it would take to identify those remains.
The family of a missing teen whose remains were found in a wooded area are asking the community now for support and prayers. Action News Jax broke the news that those bones were discovered in northwest Jacksonville, and they belong to 18-year-old Corbin Johnson. The family was too upset to talk on camera, but they are asking for the community's prayers again and support. The family of the man who discovered the remains says that they're praying Johnson's loved ones can find some closure.
Very scary and upsetting, very upsetting. You know, nobody deserves to lose their life and put in a trash bag like that.
Police say that certain factors allowed the medical examiner to ID the victim in a short period of time. We reached out to JSO asking what those factors are, but they say that no other information will be given at this time.
Action News Jax investigates how much FDOT is charging drivers planning to use the First Coast Expressway. Sky Action News Jax flew over that roadway. A SunPass sticker will cost you $4.99, and a portable transponder will cost you $19.99. An ePass sticker is free, and the transponder is $9.95. A driver says it's too late now for him to put SunPass in the rearview mirror.
Would you do things differently?
If I knew about it, sure I would. Wouldn't you?
Action News Jax found FDOT launched a promotion in April. If you buy the SunPass sticker and activate it, you receive a $4.99 credit, making it free. But the agency doesn't plan to reduce the price of the transponder.
Right now, a retired airline pilot is spending the night in an Ocala hospital. We told you over the weekend that his plane crashed in Putnam County. Sky Action News Jax shows you that floating plane here. It's partially submerged, but it's intact in the middle of a Crescent City lake. And it actually went down on Tuesday. But the Florida Highway Patrol says the pilot, 79-year-old Jim Goolsby, was attempting a water landing when the plane tipped and went under. Troopers say that Goolsby had to swim to shore, and he did suffer minor injuries. His friends tell Action News Jax that he was a pro in the air, so something technical had to have gone wrong.
Whatever went wrong, certainly Jim Goolsby did not have anything to, must have been some kind of malfunction.
Goolsby's family says that he has 25,000 flight hours under his belt, but just got the float plane a few months ago. An FAA investigator says that they will respond to the scene and retrieve that plane come tomorrow morning. This is the third of 3 crashes that have happened within the past several days now. Action News Jax told you Sunday that 2 small planes went down within hours of each other in St. Johns County. There were no fatalities in any of those crashes. Covering Nassau County, where dozens of families are standing together and fighting to keep beach parking. 40 cars circled Fernandina City Hall Tuesday ahead of the City Commission meeting. Some city leaders have suggested changes to beach driving because of safety. Back in May, Action News Jax showed you the surveillance footage of an SUV running over a sunbather at Peters Point. She's one of 2 people who have been run over on the beach this year.
I always look around my truck before I leave, make sure there are no little kids around it. There's a lot of blind spots and stuff like that, but you just got to be so careful. On Monday, Action News Jax told you county commissioners are considering adding beach cameras and limiting speed in areas where cars can drive. In St. Johns County, where emergency crews are preparing for hurricanes now. In the video, the county's emergency management team provides information on flood insurance and items that you need to prepare for a big storm. And you'll find video at actionnewsjax.com. Developing right now, firefighters again are trying to figure out what caused damage following a fire at a paper plant in Palatka. We told you about this just a few minutes ago. The Georgia Pacific Corporation is on County Road 216. Fortunately, in all this, firefighters say no one was hurt. Just an update to that story for you. You're taking a live look at Capitol Hill, where House Democrats will hold a vote to 2 top Trump administration officials in criminal contempt. Action News Jax Jacqueline Fell explains that this is in regards to the 2020 census dispute.
Attorney General William Barr and Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross have defied congressional subpoenas to turn over the documents related to the administration's efforts to add a citizenship question to the 2020 census. I expect the resolution to pass in the House, But the move is largely symbolic. Even though criminal contempt can carry steep penalties like hefty fines and prison time, Justice Department attorneys would have to take up a case against their own boss and another senior member of the Trump administration. That's not going to happen. The Justice Department has reportedly pushed back, saying they've been working in good faith with the House committee that's investigating the controversial citizenship question. Last week, President Trump abandoned his efforts to get the citizenship question on next year's census. President Trump asserted executive privilege over the materials related to the citizenship question, escalating tensions between Democrats and the administration. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, CBS 47 Action News Jax.
New this noon, more than 300 sailors are coming back home from deployment tomorrow. The USS Fort McHenry is coming back from a 7-month deployment. The ship was used for supporting maritime security operations in Europe and the Middle East.
From the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Beatonball. Here at noon, already in the lower 90s. It feels like 100 plus across much of the area. I'm timing out some afternoon thunderstorms to cool some of you off. I'll let you know when and where those pop on First Alert Doppler HD. That's your First Alert 7-day forecast.
For the first time, UNF is allowing their students to sell their art pieces through an online auction. Coming up, we'll show you how they hope this will become part of Jacksonville's community.
Plus, taking over jobs, the machines that could be replacing female employees.
What to watch, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Well, for the first time in history, you can buy artwork from University of North Florida students.
Action News Jax Elizabeth Pace explains that the university hopes this artwork will receive permanent homes in local city parks and businesses.
You can't miss it driving down First Street at Jack's Beach.
It's amazing how when you run on this road, you see what this has transpired to, and then UNF be part of it. How talented our students are.
Each year, UNF displays student artwork here at their Seaside Sculpture Park. But this year, these pieces are for sale.
It's pop jellies, so it was inspired by kind of pop art and, of course, jellyfish being at the beaches, trying to find something that would kind of beautify the space.
Jen Peak is a senior in the sculpture program. She says they each spent about 16 weeks on their pieces. This piece is made out of steel and fiberglass. Each student has to create a mock of their design, and then judges will decide which pieces will go on display. Starting August 15th, 7 sculptures will be featured in an online auction. The minimum bidding starts at $1,200.
I'm really excited to see the community have an input on like where they end up. I would love to see them around Jacksonville, but also like private collectors or somebody who has a private business or establishment.
Although UNF says the money will go back to the sculpture program, Peak says the experience is much more valuable.
Having these opportunities for undergraduates are really rare. This is a ticket for me because undergraduates don't typically work in this scale, and it gives us an amazing amount of real-world experience.
Reporting in Jack's Beach, Elizabeth Pace, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
There's your chance to decorate your front yard or backyard. Covering St. Johns County, where the sheriff's office says that scammers are pretending to be deputies. The sheriff's office says $18,000 has been stolen from people in the county. They want you to know deputies will never call you and ask for money. If someone who says they're a deputy asks you for cash or gift cards, call police right away.
New at noon. Well, ladies, we have to keep our eyes on robots, apparently, but I find lots of things wrong with this particular study. But researchers in London say that women are twice as likely to lose their jobs to robots compared to men. So here's what they're saying. They're saying that 1 in 10 female workers are at risk of being forced out of their careers by machines.
Don, I'll take it from here since you kind of went to black there. Meanwhile, it's only 4% for men. Yeah, experts say the reason robots may take positions from women is because they're more likely to work in retail and administrative jobs that could be done by augmented and automated technology. Well, the city received the green light to open the first cannabis cafe in the U.S. The business is expected to replace alcohol with the drug in Hollywood, California. Guests can smoke, vape, and eat cannabis. Critics say they're worried the cafe will limit the outdoor space for a nearby synagogue.
This creates contact highs for those who have no desire to use cannabis.
Cafe opens in the fall.
Now, certified Jacksonville's most accurate weather forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
First Alert meteorologist Garrett Wiedenball right now taking a live look from our Jacksonville Beach camera on the Action News Jax First Alert Skycam network. This is nice to look at. Lower 80-degree water temperatures, but the air temperature is 90 degrees all the way to the beaches, though the sea breeze trying to advance inland right now. We're at 93 at JIE, 93 McClinney, mid-90s in Waycross. You factor in that humidity, brace for it. Here it comes, 103. It's going to continue to rise there to about 105, 106 across the metro before we get any relief from that heat with some showers and storms. Today, the forecast high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s this afternoon with that feels like temperatures again about 105 plus in many spots. Right now, First Alert Doppler HD's not tracking any rain over land. That will be changing over the next 2 hours or so. We'll begin to see some showers and thunderstorms develop on the East Coast sea breeze right here along and just to the east perhaps of I-95 and then continue to advance inland. Now, these will be locally heavy at times, especially inland along and west of the St. Johns River Basin to Highway 301 and even I-75. We'll be watching that through 3, 4, and 5 p.m. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burris will be here tracking that for you into the evening hours as these storms continue to press off to the south and west, though we could see 1 or 2 hanging around the I-95 corridor for this evening. But again, it will be drying out through the evening hours. Then we do it all over again on Thursday. Some midday showers and thunderstorms develop, especially favoring our inland communities west of the St. Johns River by 5 and 6 p.m. on Thursday. Now, the storm threat for this afternoon, again, it's that locally heavy downpour threat with lightning involved and also some gusty winds of about 30 to 40 miles per hour. Let's take you into Friday. A lot of you are going to be heading into downtown Jacksonville for the Rolling Stones concert. Well, we're going to see some afternoon showers and thunderstorms develop on the sea breeze and generally try to push inland, but we'll be watching 7 and 8 o'clock, especially for some lingering showers, especially west of downtown, but maybe close by. So obviously that's an outdoor concert at TIAA Bank Field, and so we'll have to watch that very closely as things dry out with the loss of the daytime heating through the evening hours. We'll be in the 80s though for the concert. Your Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast with, of course, your weekend always in view. Mid-90s for Thursday and into Friday. Then those showers and thunderstorms cool you down. Mid-90s for Saturday and Sunday. It will be mainly dry in the mornings, a few isolated showers and thunderstorms into the afternoons. And then, of course, it still stays around with those temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. So it's still going to be hot into Monday with just a few isolated showers and thunderstorms and high temperatures back to the low 90s by Tuesday with a little bit more coverage of the storms. You can always get this forecast any time of the day right there at actionnewsjax.com.
Clawing its way into our hearts, the journey this wildcat endured to get back to health.
Sliding in for a world record, the length of this Florida python and where this was found. Welcome back. Well, your cuteness meter is about to go up. One of 2 exotic cats rescued 6 weeks ago is clawing her way into hearts at Caddyshack Ranch. This is Nimue, an African wild cat, and it suffered from brittle bones because of malnutrition. Well, it's all ears here, right? This 6-month-old female is strong enough now to be moved into a temporary habitat for the public to see for the first time, so we can all get out there and see her. Admission to that ranch is between $5 and $15.
Better not get too close though, right? New and noon, experts say you should never book your flight and your hotel room at the same time. That's because airlines and hotel demand work differently. Travel experts advise that you book flights 6 to 7 weeks before your vacation. Meanwhile, the CEO of the travel app Hotel Tonight says hotel prices go down the longer you wait. They say most hotels are 2/3 full on most nights.
If you're squeamish, look away. I'm going to keep my face forward right here. New this noon, a python slithering its way towards a world record. The co-owner of the Emerald Coast Zoo in Crestview, Florida, says that this python, named Micah could reach world record size in just a couple of years. The snake is more than 20 feet long and weighs more than 200 pounds. Right now, it holds the title for a world record, 25 feet long, and it lives in Kansas City, Missouri.
She paid almost $1,000 for Rolling Stones tickets, but couldn't get her money back when the show was rescheduled. New at 5:30, Action News Jax reveals the mistake anyone can make.
Y&R is coming up next.
Have a good day.